Welcome to the Future Proof Leader podcast. I'm Jessica Rapach, co-founder of Twin Legacy Solutions. And today we have Tobias Young. Welcome on the show. He is the founder of TNT Fit Pro Coaching. So let's kick it off by just having you tell the audience a little bit about what you do and what your mission is.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jessica. I started off in this wonderful fitness industry 27 years ago as a personal trainer. From there, I rose up the ranks in corporate gym world, helped out a lot of the corporation fitness companies like Gold's Gym, In Shape Health Clubs, 24-hour fitnesses, did a lot of gym management, worked on multiple locations, and then really worked on scaling the personal training departments. And for the last 17 years, I've been doing online training as well. And for the past 7 years, I actually transitioned to business coaching and actually helping trainers that are struggling with the online, like helping them break through and be able to create six-figure businesses and be able to create more freedom, time freedom, location freedom, bring a laptop. So literally what I do is I help online trainers and fitness coaches be able to create successful six-figure businesses in less time and without all the headaches, kind of figure it out on your own.
And you have your own podcast. What is that called?
It's called the Fit Biz Accelerator podcast. And yeah, we do podcasts every single week. We jam. I've got a lot of episodes in there, and feel free to tune in there if you're a online fitness coach and you're looking for some cool strategies.
You've built multiple six-figure companies, right? So what's the biggest misconception people have about what it actually takes to build a successful online fitness business today?
Yeah, I think a lot of people think like, my gosh, I'm just going to post on Instagram and I'm going to have this wonderful business and I'm going to have clients and leads coming in. And it is not that easy, right? There's a lot that goes into having a successful online fitness business. And it's not just about, doing a post here and there and thinking like clients are just going to roll on your doorstep and here's my credit card. It doesn't work that way. So it's things. I have a very unique framework. It's called the 9X Ascend method. And that's the way that I actually help coaches install that method into their business. So that way they have a thriving business. But literally there's going to be the lead gen and the process in being able to create that authority within your niche. And then there's going to be the sales and conversion piece as well. Because a lot of coaches maybe have a big following or they're doing really well on social media, but they're not making any sales. Trust me, I've been on calls with a lot of them that have great followings. So how do we convert those leads into high paying clients? So that's the second piece we work on. Then the third piece is once we get the clients, how do we give them an amazing experience? What does the onboarding process look like? What's the 7-day, the 14-day, the 28-day onboarding? Do you have a 30, 60, 90-day process where it flows, where your clients feel completely supported? They're getting great results. They're giving you testimonials and the referrals, and they're seeing the best results possible? Or is it shaky when you have a new client? Are you giving them some things to do? They're falling off. They're not quite sure what to do. And then you're constantly having to work on the front end. Well, if done correctly, you have the front end dialed in. So you have leads coming in. They're converting into clients. You have an amazing back end system. And then every single month, your MRR, which is your monthly recurring revenue, is going to continue to grow. And you're going to be able to work with your favorite clients from anywhere in the world.
That is cool. So you're telling me that when I'm on my Facebook at night and I see that woman with the flex muscle and I click on her thing, you're right. I click on like 70 of those a month and I don't ever buy any of the programs, but I get the tips and tricks. So you're saying like, it's not enough. Social media is not enough just to get yourself out there. You need like a well-established process. And you are very efficient. So if you check out Tobias's, like if you schedule an appointment with him, the follow-up, the reminders, the whole process of, you're just very efficient guy. Yeah, I commend you for your system.
It didn't always start that way, right?
Yeah,
I used to be confused. I used to do a lot of in-person training. I used to do really well with the brick and mortar businesses. I set records at pretty much every club I was at. But then when I stepped into the online world, it was a whole nother ballgame. And to be honest, I sucked at it in the beginning. I had to work at it. I had to hire business coaches to help me to learn the strategies to be able to grow and create a successful business. So I had to swallow my pride, even though I was, doing really well at the in-person. So that's why if you want to learn a new strategy, a new tactic, a new business, the fastest and most efficient way is to work with somebody who's already done all the hard work and figured it out, and work with them so they can help you install it in 100 times faster than trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks.
A lot of coaches, they think working more hours is the answer, right? Or I guess a lot of clients think if you work more and you really hustle yourselves, you're going to be successful, but that leads to burnout, right? So at what point did you realize that hustle alone really wasn't enough, and that what systems did you start putting into place to figure this out?
Yeah. So when I was doing the brick and mortar, I was managing gym. I was working in gyms for 10 to 12, sometimes more hours per day. Also married, 2 kids. I was competing at the time, doing competitions. I was also a sponsored athlete with Optimum Nutrition. So they were flying me all over for different appearances. When I was getting ready for my shows, I was doing cardio before work. I was doing my workout on my lunch break. I'd come home and do cardio. Then I would have daddy. It was stressful. I was like, I need to figure out a better way to leverage and structure my time. And that's when I was like, you know what? Because I was in a lot of the magazines, people would write in and they'd be like, hey, Tobias, can you create a meal plan? How do you get biceps? You know, how do you get a 6-pack, shredded abs? So I actually started to do all these type of trainings and get clients without even like trying to, think about it too much. And then I was like, man, I can create a business out of this. And then when I really started to scale the business with the online coaching, part-time, I was doing a lot better than I was managing full-time businesses. And that's when I just went all in. So there's a lot of systems that come into place. And I've actually created a system just for Fit Pros as well to help them scale and manage their business. It's called Fit Pro Solution. It's an all-in-one CRM. I have done for you funnels, templates, emails, campaigns, automations, membership site that's already built out. This is the dream come true for a fitness coach, because if you don't have automations, if you don't have nurture in place, if you don't have follow-up in place, literally, if somebody doesn't buy for you on the call and you don't have any type of strategy, you are throwing money into the fire. And the fortune is made in the follow-up. I'm sure you've heard that before. So you have to have the right type of systems in place. That's why I created Fit Pro Solutions. So that's the main one that I use.
So what do you say to those personal trainers that are in the gym 6 a.m. to 7, 8 p.m. grinding, and they're thinking, well, I mean, this is my life. Like, I'm a personal trainer. I have to be with people. There's no way I could quit this and help people online. And like, by the way, I have no idea how to run a business. Because I'm sure there's probably people listening thinking like, cool, Tobias, and he figured it out, but like, not me. I'm just a trainer. I'm in the gym all day. I guess this is my life. Like, what do you say to those guys?
You have to think long-term, and you have to think, if you keep at that pace, like, can you continue to do it for 2 years, for 5 years, for 10 years? Most people cannot continue at that pace. It will lead to a quick way of burnout. And that's why the turnover in the fitness industry is so high, just because people burn out, because you're trading your time for money. Now, when you have an online coaching program, yes, you're going to have to learn how to build a business. So I always tell new clients that want to work with me, hey, you need a minimum of 2 hours per day to be able to learn this stuff and to be able to install. You have some coaches that are like, well, can I do it in 10 minutes? And I'm like, no, you can't do it. This is a business you're trying to run. This is a 6-figure business that you will create if done correctly. So is it worth it for you to take out a couple hours a day of your, you're making $50,000 a year as a personal trainer to be able to make more than double that in less time and then have all of your flexibility and freedom back? So when they start to block out their schedule and they learn the right type of systems and strategy, they look back and they're like, Tobias, that was the best decision I've ever made. So you just have to block out that time and be efficient.
So how long does that process take? What is a realistic timeline on how I can get up and running with your specific coaching and tools?
In the first 30 days, you can be up and running as an online trainer.
Wow.
Depending upon what you have in place already. If you've already been posting on social media, you have some foundational pieces, you already have somewhat of a following, it's going to come much faster because you already have an audience that you can start to tap into, right? If you're starting from scratch, you have to build that out. So it's going to be a longer process. But typically, any coach that I work with in 6 months, my goal is to get them to an additional $5,000 more of what they're already making per month. If we work together for a year, I expect that to be an additional $8,000 to $12,000 more than they're already making per month. Okay. It can vary. I've had some coaches go from zero into $10,000 in the first month. I've had a client, Steven, he got $25,000 in his very first month. That's not normal. That's why I say on average, it's going to be, there's going to be a ramp up period. Your first couple of months is going to be really building the foundational pieces and getting some strategy in place and putting those together. And then month 2, month 3, month 4, everything starts to build on top. And then it becomes fun because then you start to get results. You start to learn your niche. You start to learn your authority. We get to tweak your offer. We revamp your sales process. And we optimize it for you to have a scalable business that you can actually be the CEO of instead of working so hard in your business every day.
I love that. Now, your system, is it targeted for just general personal trainers? Or like, let's say you have someone that does therapy, physical therapy, and they're specialized in a certain area. Could this also work in specialty training arenas, or is it specifically more for like the generic, like the more general personal training arena?
Yeah, everything that I've built out is going to be for fitness and nutrition coaches. So somebody who might do, I've gotten that question a lot, somebody who might do massage or they do something that's kind of comparable. Will a lot of the things carry over? Absolutely, they will. Will it help them get leads and, build out their business? Yes. But my specific coaching is just tailored towards that fitness niche because that's what I've specialized in. 27 years in my business, I've gone all in on, and that's why I've already created the literally plug and play system that works and guaranteed. So, and I put a guarantee stamp on my name whenever I work with anybody.
Do they get access to you specifically, or how does that work when it comes to the relationship between your clients and you specifically?
Cool. Every one of my clients, a guided approach in there, but then there's going to be an amazing community of all the other coaches that are all working and growing and scaling, giving each other feedback. And then I'm giving feedback to everybody like 7 days a week. But then we also have amazing group coaching calls. And inside the group coaching calls, we're dissecting, we're going in and you get one-on-one help. And any one of my coaches can book a one-on-one call with me whenever they feel like they need it. So I literally give the skin off my back because I'm so invested in helping my coaches grow.
I was going to say that. So that's rare. So a lot of systems out there will be, you could purchase it, business in a box, if you will, CRM in a box, you get it, you help implement, and then they're like kind of gone. So I think the key in any kind of relationship when you're having a coach is that you have that outreach. So you have groups, which is so cool. Obviously proven research fact that people actually in a collaborative environment in a group setting do, like, I think, I forget the exact metrics on it, but they're obviously more successful than people that go solo, especially for those, like you said, people that are trying to get off the ground. They have a group they're joining, a community essentially that they're getting with your package, where they can come and actually ask the questions and not make the same mistakes over and over again. So if you can leave one motivational thing for any personal trainer, nutritionist out there that's kind of hearing this and going, I think I could do this, like, what would you say to those people?
Yeah, you just need to have the right structure and system and strategy. You can try to figure it all out on your own. You can try ChatGPTing it and YouTube a million videos and following a million different coaches' content, or you can be like, let me do it the smart way and most efficient way and work on a systematic approach that works specifically for getting somebody here to getting them there in the shortest amount of time possible. So work with a coach who's already built that out, because chances are if you try to do too many things, it's almost like a client that's trying to lose weight, but then they're trying to do a keto diet at the same time they're trying to do a Mediterranean diet at the same time they're trying to do, intermittent fasting. They're like all these different things, they're trying to put it together, and then nothing works because they're trying to like Frankenstein diet together. Yeah. Same thing happens when somebody tries to put together a business, and there's different type of philosophy. So like choose one coach that you would love to work with that you trust. And my philosophy is go all in and be a badass and don't even hesitate. Rip off your shirt and hopefully you have a Superman or Superwoman shirt underneath, and then just go and flex on them.
You make me want to be a fitness coach. I couldn't. But I'm just saying that's really cool. Okay. So where can people find you that want to give this a shot?
Yeah, you can message me on Instagram, Tobias Young 1, or you can go to my main website is tntfitprocoaching.com.
Awesome. And then that CRM. So let's say I'm a business fitness owner. I'm kind of doing okay. I just need a little bit of help with that workflow process CRM. You said you built that specifically. There's a website on that one as well.
Yeah, go to fitprosolution.com. And then we also have free coaching calls every single week as well for anybody that has Fit Pro Solution. We help you build it out. There's done for you funnels, done for you templates, and literally help you put the pieces together. 24/7 support with my team, like literally to help you continue to grow. We onboard you for free and we make sure that you're successful.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you. And thanks for giving back to all these people and giving them flexibility back in their life, giving them a chance to actually enjoy their family, quit the burnout. Thank you for our listeners for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.